Welcome, one and all, to the following segment of enjoyment and an escape from reality. But beware, the show you are about to bear witness to will not hold back when it comes to spoilers, language, and things not appropriate for work or children. If you continue on, we hope that you laugh at the banter, that you are thrilled by the topic of discussion, and marvel at the host's dedication to their craft, because you can only get that type of treatment here at Monster Madness. You have been warned.
3, 2.
Welcome back. We're speaking with Professor Donald Kessler. He's the chairman of the American Academy of Astronautics. Professor, isn't it weird that we sent a space probe to Mars and we didn't even find anyone?
Well, not really, Natalie. Because we didn't get into the canals. The Martian canals are actually canyons. Some of them over 100 miles deep. Martian civilization has clearly developed under the surface of the planet. Their science and technology must be absolutely mind-boggling.
So, what in your view, Donald Kessler, Chairman, are some of the things that the Martians can teach us, Professor?
Quite a lot about Mars, I expect, Natalie. She's flirting with you.
But seriously, this is tremendously exciting. Think of it, the knowledge, the new ideas, it's going to change everything. And we must be open to it. Maybe they can tell us about our universe, how it started, where it's going, perhaps even its purpose. It's tremendously exciting. This is the most important thing to happen since Jesus walked in Galilee.
Hi, hello, and welcome to Monster Madness, a podcast dedicated to all sorts of creatures, features, and beyond. My name is Erica, and joined with me is a guy who would laugh in the face of an invading Martian. My boy, Matt.
It would be more uncomfortable laughter because I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Wait, what do you mean you don't know what's going on?
They don't speak English, as we saw by translations in the movie. Yeah, I would just be like, and just.
It's like that gif of a fucking girl who plays Elaine in Seinfeld, but when she's the Veep.
Julie Louis-Dreyfus.
Yes, there it is. She's just like, what the fuck is happening?
Mm-hmm. That's me most of the time.
There you go. Before we get into this week's show, as always, I should pre-record this, but I'm never going to. This is live every time. Fuck it. We're going to do it live. A few plugs. You can find Monster Madness on all your favorite podcasting platforms, social media sites, and things of that nature. Matt does stream video games and drum sessions from time to time, so you can check that out on our Twitch channel. If you'd like to support this show, you can do that in many different ways, such as Patreon, buying merch, or donating to the show, or simply leaving a review on your favorite podcasting provider. Those 5 stars go a long way, and if you decide to write something, we will read it on the show. All links will be posted in our show notes. A quick shout out to our buddy Eric, our old new buddy Eric. He's a Patreon. Welcome back, Eric. We are glad to have you here, and thank you so much for the support. You're the best, bud.
Could we add a Patreon tier where if it's $50,000 a month, we can go chase tornadoes together?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, if someone wants to pay $50,000 a month to Patreon, I will chase tornadoes with you.
I really love that that's like a thing that you're into all of a sudden. Or not all of a sudden.
I'm watching it right now. There's a tornado warning in Kansas. I'm literally on the screen.
How do you feel about the new Twister movie coming out?
I'm going to see it, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be awful. Just because they modernized it in a bad way.
It's 1,000% going to be awful because
yeah.
I'm assuming it's a sequel because it's Twisters, but it looks literally shot for shot.
Mm-hmm.
I recently watched Twister. I want to say within the last couple months, but I had not seen that since I was a kid. The only thing I remembered from that movie was Bill Paxton and Helen. It's Helen Hunt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Them, him wrapping his belt on the pipe and, holding on for.
This pipe goes 6 feet deep. We'll be fine inside of a tornado. You would not be. You'd die. I didn't realize it is an update to the 1996 film Twister.
What does that mean?
It's a shot like when they redid Psycho. It was an update of fucking shot for shot, just modernized.
I hate it. I hate it.
Yeah, so
I already hate it.
I might go see it in the movie theater. It comes out on my brother's birthday, so what a better way to celebrate that day. So maybe I'll see it in the theater, but I
See
know
a really
I'll see
bad
it.
movie.
What's that?
Yeah, by seeing a really bad movie. Happy birthday, brother.
Well, I'm not going to go with him. He'll be happy if I text him.
Fair.
Yeah.
Speaking of supporters and all that stuff, our friend Zizi got back to us. If you guys remember in one of our last episodes, we tried to pronounce one of our supporters, one of our listeners' name. We call him Zizi because we can't pronounce it. He did send in a little voice memo to prove
And I still
how
can't
to
pronounce it.
Nope.
Yep.
He is forever Zizi. He did send it in, and I'm going to play it for you right now. So apparently we kind of Africanized what we thought it was, because I'm sorry, that's just what we were basing it off of. Apparently it's more Polish, which you should have fucking known that. Or no, what did he say? Yeah, he says he is Polish, and this is just, we made it sound African. That him and his wife live in Ireland, and that his actual name gets mispronounced on a daily basis.
I fucking wonder why.
He said we could take a crack at pronouncing his real name. You are Zizi. I'm not doing that to you, man. But here is how you are supposed to pronounce his screen name.
Zbigniew Zęby.
Fucking how do you not Africanize baby?
I don't know, but
I almost heard an elephant.
So anytime we talk, there it is.
Yep.
So anytime we talk about him now, I'm literally just going to insert the clip of his audio for his name, like a robot voice. So thank you for sending that in. We really appreciate it. And thank you so much for listening. He messages all the time. He really loved our, if you listened to Young Frankenstein, the episode that I put out, I don't know if you listen to the show anymore. Sometimes you get in moods where you don't listen. Sometimes you do, but you didn't listen, you fuck.
No, I'm so far behind on all podcasts, not just our own.
That's fine. I barely listen to ours. Anyway, I just do it to get the download. Whatevs. But there's a bit in the Young Frankenstein episode that every time you and I said Frau Bucher, I put a horse neigh in the background, just like in the movie.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. He was the only person that pointed out. He's like, that bit had me fucking rolling.
Good.
I was like, that's what it was for, man. I'm so glad someone noticed.
We do it for you,
Wait,
Zizi. But yeah, thank you.
Zbigniew Zęby.
You. So that's all my housekeeping. Matt, do you have anything?
No, that's your job. That's not my job.
Okay, fine. All right.
I'm just waiting for a fucking tornado to drop out of this storm, and then I'm gonna start dancing around.
Your tornado dance.
Yeah, now I need to make one and not throw my hip out doing it.
Please don't. I still need you. All right. Well, with that, this week on Monster Madness, we are covering another 1996 gem, Mars Attacks.
Wait a moment. It's just...
Greetings. I am the Martian ambassador.
Everything is faced now, General. You may speak.
Greetings. I am General Casey, commanding officer of the Armed Forces of the United States of America. On behalf of the people of Earth, welcome.
You did that well.
We come in peace. We come in peace. We come in peace. We come in peace.
They came in peace.
We come in peace. We come in peace.
So Mars Attacks is rated PG-13. It has a runtime of 1 hour and 46 minutes. It is in the genre of sci-fi comedy. It was released in the United States on December 12th, 1996. It was produced by Tim Burton Productions and Warner Brothers, and it was distributed by Warner Brothers. It was filmed from February 26, 1996 to June 1st, 1996, so a 6-month turnaround before that hit theaters. It was directed by Tim Burton. The writing credits go to Len Brown, Woody Gelman, Wally Wood, that's a name right there, Bob Powell, Norman Saunders, and Jonathan Gems. The cast is as follows. Now, this is a star-studded cast. I think this is like our first legit.
Forgot fucking everyone is in this movie.
Oh, everyone. Jack Nicholson, Glenn Close, Annette Bening, Pierce Brosnan, Danny DeVito, Martin Short, Sarah Jessica Parker, Michael J. Fox again from last episode from The Frighteners, Rod Steiger, Tom fucking Jones, Lucas Haas, Natalie Portman, Jim Brown, Lisa Marie, Sylvia Sidney, Paul Winfield, Pam Grier, and last but certainly not least, Jack Black. If I missed anybody, it's because every single person in this fucking movie was a star. I don't think I missed anybody, though.
I forgot how much I dislike looking at Sarah Jessica Parker's face.
It took me a second to realize it was her. Like, I knew from, the opening credits, like, Sarah Jessica Parker was in it. It did not look like her to me, so.
It looked less horse face than she has in, like, later Sex and the City seasons. But I don't know. I don't think she's a good actress. I don't think she's ever been in anything I've enjoyed. So, yeah.
I'm trying to think. The only movie that I have seen her in, I think that I've enjoyed, is a Christmas movie called The Family Stone, where she plays like this really insufferable girlfriend to like this guy who's in this really big family and they all dislike her. But it's like this whole, Christmas movie where they all eventually wind up loving each other. It's actually really strange. The older I get, the more I watch it, I'm like, that's kind of a weird movie, but whatever. Some taglines for the film: Friday, December 13th. And Friday is spelled Fryday. Get it. Nice planet. We'll take it. And lastly, yikes, they've landed. I like the Friday one.
Yeah.
It's funny when after you see the movie, it's funny. Kind of gives some shit away, but, whatever. Matt, what's the budget?
The budget of this film in 1996 was $80 million, which a trusty inflation calculator would mean that it is $157 million today.
I would love fuck you money like that.
Say that again?
Like, can you just imagine fuck you money? Like, just money that you just... Okay, real talk.
Mm-hmm.
You get fuck you money, however you get it. What is the first thing that you buy?
First thing I buy or the first thing I spend money on?
Isn't that the same thing?
No. It'll make sense when you answer the question.
Both.
The first thing I would do is pay off my house.
Well, yeah.
So technically I would buy my house.
The non-response.
That's what I'm saying. It's like the first thing I'm spending money on and the first thing I'm buying. Probably go buy a car. And not like I would get like an Audi Q7 is like my dream car. It's just a fucking SUV. It's an imported SUV. It's nothing that fancy. But that's probably what I would get.
But it's like the thing that you want the most. Like with fuck you money, at least.
Well, that's the first thing I would go buy. And then eventually I'm getting bigger TVs and all this other shit too. So that would be the first thing.
Is there such a thing as too big of a TV? Like, what's your limit? Like, inches?
What is my limit or what is my wife's limit?
Your limit, because with fuck you money, you can have your own room with the TV of your dreams.
I would probably get like a short throw projector, like a 4K projector that does like 110 inches. But I would have a room big enough that like a 110-inch TV isn't like awful. Like, my friend Nathan has one. I think it's 104 inches, but they have like a long living room and it's an entire wall. It doesn't look goofy. It's like as long as the room fit. Like if I put the room I'm in right now is just like a fucking bedroom, so it's 10 by 10, maybe a little bigger. But it's like if I had a 110-inch TV in here, it would look really goofy. So with fuck you money, I would build.
Wall.
Well, right, I would build a fucking theater room and shit Oh, my jerk cave. Just put all my video games and pornography films in it.
I just don't have words for you sometimes.
Why are you even surprised some of these times?
I don't know, because sometimes you just sandbag me.
You got to keep guessing.
All right, before I get into the plot, too, because I know I'm going to forget to ask it. If aliens, because this movie is obviously about an alien invasion, if aliens were to invade, what is your strategy for survival versus just sticking your ass straight into the air? Which I think that's your default anyway.
Well, I would find the biggest one, punch it in the face, and then fuck it.
Welcome to Earth.
Like prison. You just assert dominance to the biggest one you can find. They were all pretty small. So you get the ray gun away from them, and it's just a sweet green dumper.
We'll get to it, but I forgot. I had not seen this movie since probably 1998, and I forgot about their little red Speedos.
Yeah, that was my favorite part. They're all just wearing fucking red Speedos.
For no reason. But yeah, I don't know. There's a video game, and I forget what it's called. You might know. But it's basically you play an alien and you invade Earth.
Destroy all humans.
There it is.
They just remastered the first and second one.
Ooh.
I replayed the first one. It's fun as fuck.
It's so fun. Like I think you can abduct cows and humans and fucking just wreak havoc. That's so fun.
Yeah, you can like take their form and shit. Like I'm pretty sure in the first one there was a mission where you have to like act as a mayor and give a speech. And it's basically like Mayor Quimby because it's in the 70s.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to replay those. But
yes.
Any which way, let's get into the plot because I'm sure it's fucking short on Wikipedia.
I say, have you looked at it? It is not short on Wikipedia. It's like 7 paragraphs.
Okay, Matt, I like to read, so 7 paragraphs is not long.
No. I meant in comparison to some movies where some of these are like 3 and they're like short. Like a lot happens in this movie. Not in a bad way. It's just a lot of shit going on.
True.
For being an hour and 45 minutes, it fucking flew.
Oh, yeah. I watched it again today. Like while I was playing video games, I was just like, oh my God, it's literally, I have like 15 minutes left in this movie.
That is the same thing.
It just, it's very enjoyable, but the plot of Mars Attacks. When Earth is visited by a massive fleet of flying saucers from Mars, President of the United States James Dale addresses the people of the U.S. Talk show host Natalie Lake and her boyfriend, news reporter Jason Stone, attempt to capitalize on the developing story with an interview with Dale's scientific advisor, Professor Donald Kessler, which is unexpectedly interrupted by a broadcast from the Martian leader. As the Martians prepare to land outside Pahrump, Nevada, numerous people around the country react, including donut shop employee Richie Norris and his older brother, Billy Glenn, flamboyant casino operator Art Land, and his hippie wife Barbara, divorced ex-boxer Byron Williams and his former wife Louise, and Byron and Louise's children Cedric and Neville. Basically, all these people are watching.
So it's what I thought of when you were reading it, though, is a name that we forgot to mention that's in the movie because it was before everyone knew who he was. Jack Black.
Last but not least, Jack Black, yeah.
I was also looking at the starring on Wikipedia and read that and assumed that those are the names you read. But that was another one that like no one really knew who he was. So I don't know if he's credited at the end, but it wasn't one of the first ones. So it was kind of a shock to see A, Jack Black, and then B, how fucking small he is.
Yeah, he's so tiny. It's like I always get surprised when I see him in Cable Guy. Because he's actually like kind of cute in Cable Guy. He has like this like shaggy little hair and he's like sassy. I always forget that he's Ben Stiller's best friend. I'm like, oh, look at him. And now he is a massive hairy man. Yeah.
What was he in? Was it Forgetting Sarah Marshall? The movie that he's in where he's sitting in the chair eating nachos and he grabs one and it's like 6 and he goes, they're all stuck together. That's one nacho.
Saving Silverman?
That's what it is. But yeah, that was another one where it was like,
I love that movie.
It was before he turned into a balloon.
Oh, I was going to say that's another Tom Jones movie, but it's Neil Diamond that they're obsessed with in that movie.
Yeah.
They're in a Neil Diamond cover band.
Mm-hmm. Diamonds in the Rough.
Oh my God. You remember. That's amazing. That is a good fucking movie. I love Amanda Peet in that movie. You're the hardcore bitch that I've always dreamed of.
I'm going to watch it.
Yeah, right?
Not right now.
I think I have it on Plex.
I'm sure you do.
You just fucking start watching a movie while we're recording. Would not shock me. The the longer this season goes on with the movies that we watch, it would not surprise me. There are some that I'm really not excited for.
Storm chasing, saving Silverman. Just chime in once in a while.
Next time I see you, you just have like a Vision Pro and you're like, I'm watching 7 movies at once.
My fucking Quest over there. I could put that on and do a podcast with you because I can screen mirror like my computer.
We might have to do like a live episode where you do that shit just to do it.
It's fine.
Why the fuck not? Against the advice of the hawkish General Decker, Dale chooses to greet the Martians as foreign dignitaries, ordering military officer General Casey to welcome them to Earth. Billy Glenn, a private in the U.S. Army, is among the soldiers who volunteer to accompany Casey as he greets the Martians in Nevada. Despite the translated message from the Martian ambassador stating that the Martians come in peace, the ambassador sees a hippie release a dove into the air and kills it with his ray gun. The Martians then turn on the assembled crowd and attack them with their ray guns, killing Casey, Jason, and Billy Glenn, and abducting Natalie and her pet chihuahua, Poppy. Kessler convinces Dale that the Martians' attack in Nevada may have been the result of a cultural misunderstanding, and Dale agrees to let the Martian ambassador address Congress after the Martians issue a formal apology for their actions. Once again, the Martians turn on the assembled humans, massacring most of Congress and abducting Kessler. While Natalie and Kessler are held captive in the Martian mothership, the Martians switch Natalie and Poppy's heads and reduce Kessler to a disembodied head. I forgot that part and thoroughly enjoyed it. I don't know how they sustained his life.
Well, when it's like his chest, his heart was pulled out of his chest, but it was still beating and it was all connected to his head. It was fucking wild. How this movie was only PG-13 is another thing.
Probably because just like there's no blood.
I was just gonna say there's really no blood and it's all just
green and red skeletons.
Yeah, that's a good point. Fine, you win.
You heard it here first, folks. Dale narrowly escapes, oh, you know who I forgot? Did I mention Natalie Portman's in this movie?
I don't know. Remember how I didn't hear you say Jack Black? So you could have said it. I don't remember.
Fair. Because they haven't even mentioned the fact that the president has a daughter and it's Natalie Portman, like a teenage daughter. Dale narrowly survives an assassination attempt by a Martian disguised as an attractive blonde woman who infiltrates the White House by seducing and killing his press secretary. Following the assassination attempt, the Martians commence a full-scale invasion of Earth, attacking major cities throughout the world. When Martian soldiers, it's the S's, man, overrun the White House, First Lady Marcia Dale is killed by a falling chandelier as President Dale escapes to the PEOC. Art is killed when the Martians destroy his casino in Las Vegas. In Las Vegas, Barbara prepares to flee to Tahoe in Art's private plane and offers to let Byron accompany her. They are joined by Byron's coworker Cindy and guest singer Tom Jones, who offers to pilot the plane. Now, this may be a quick Google search. Does Tom Jones actually know how to pilot? Or is that just a random fucking thing?
Jones got his pilot's license in 1971, but soon after learned it's more fun to break certain rules of the air.
What does that mean?
Let me open up the article from the Oklahoman. After riding with a friend in international aerobatics competition, Jones was, quote-unquote, so pumped up I couldn't wait to get started. He said he still receives that high more than 10 years later. Well, that was 45 years ago. Most incredible feeling of self-satisfaction you can have, knowing you're the only one responsible for saving your own butt up there. Ooh. It's not unusual to...
Hey man, that's a good song. Catchy. Everybody knows it. And also, What's New Pussycat? Like, everybody knows that song. Anyway, so she gets Tom Jones, who offers to pilot the plane. Meanwhile, Richie abandons his parents in their mobile home and goes to grandmother Florence's retirement home to escort her to safety, leaving his parents to be killed by Martians piloting a giant robot. Now, Richie, poor Richie, is like the fucking... He is treated like shit by his family, and he only really cares about his grandmother, who only is the only person who really only gives a shit about him. And they only cared about Billy Glenn and his fucking army dreams. So, I love Richie and his grandmother. At the retirement home, the Martians' brains explode when they hear Florence's record of Slim Whitman's yodeling on Indian Love Call, revealing one of their only weaknesses. Eventually, Martian soldier breached Dale's secure bunker, crushing Decker after reducing him to a minuscule size with a shrink ray, then leaving their weapons on everyone else in the bunker, causing many to be killed while others flee the bunker, leaving Dale the last alive in the room. He makes an eloquent, impassioned speech exhorting the Martians to make peace with humanity, but the now teary-eyed Martian leader kills him with a fake hand prank device after offering him a handshake. I did love the solitary tear.
Right.
Barbara, Byron, Cindy, and Jones reach Art's plane, but find the runway overrun by a group of Martians led by the Martian ambassador. To buy time for his companions to escape, Byron steps forward to challenge the ambassador to a boxing match and beats him to death before being seemingly overrun by Martians as the plane takes off. Around the world, the Martians are defeated as humans play Indian love call to destroy them, resulting in Kessler, Natalie, and Poppy's death as the ship they are on crashes. In the aftermath of the war with the Martians, the Dale's teenage daughter Taffy awards the Medal of Honor to Richie and Florence in Washington, D.C. Byron, who survived his encounter with the Martian, walks up to Louise's home to greet his family in Tahoe. Barbara, Cindy, and Jones emerge unharmed from a cavern. Now, that is what Wikipedia has, and it is missing so much shit, but I digress. That is the plot of Martian Attack. Martians come and they win. Honestly, they win until they don't, but they eviscerate quite a few people in their time on Earth.
It's a fun movie.
It is fun. Now, question for you. Do you believe in aliens? If Congress tells us anything, aliens exist. They came out with that and nobody gave a shit because the world's already on fucking fire, so who cares? Should have been a bigger deal.
I believe that there are other forms of life out there that aren't necessarily little green men, but yeah.
Would you ever want to meet an alien?
If it's not going to result in my untimely death, no.
I mean, you keep eating those types of soups, you're going to result in an untimely death.
I mean, yeah. Can't win them all. But yeah, no, if it's like, I know I'm not going to die as a result of that, like something weird's going to happen and they're just going to zap me.
That's fair. That's fair. Well, number one, I definitely believe in aliens. Number two, I would want to meet them, obviously, if they were friendly. But it's also like a terrifying notion, too. Because, like, what if they have, like, done their little drive-bys and they're just like, oh, this planet's fucked. And that's why they haven't made any more significant contact with us.
I mean, it is a joke. This whole planet is a joke. I shouldn't say that.
Mm-hmm.
There are countries that aren't a joke, but we unfortunately reside in one that is a huge joke. And
oh, yeah.
We're entering the jokiest time of every 4 years. Like we were watching, she had NCIS on before, and a fucking political ad played. I said, 10 more months. She goes, why'd you have to bring it up? I said, because if I got to hear it, you got to fucking hear it.
Yeah, I keep getting messages, and obviously, if listeners out there hear anything, please let us know. Just write in, shoot me a DM on Instagram. But like the hosting site, I won't name them, that we use for Monster Madness, they were like hounding me. They're like, you should put these ads on here, and they were all political. I was like, no,
nope.
Thank you.
Even if they offered to pay us 10 times more than we normally would, no. I don't want that shit.
No, I was like, I don't want that. I was like, you can put on cannabis products, alcohol, basically everything else. I was like,
Fuck
the only
noise.
things I don't put on there are like, I think they're on there.
I always skip the ads.
Oh yeah, so do I. Every once in a while, I'll check in to see what's played just in case. But like, I don't want to fuck with that. Like,
right.
No, I have my beliefs.
Well, exactly, and that's the thing is like, no matter, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. Because if we let them play ads that align with our political views, then you hear it from the other side and vice versa. So it's easier just not to.
I don't think the people with like polar opposite political views are listening to this show anyway.
Oh, you sure about that? I actually don't know. I had thought about making a very pointed joke and I just stopped.
Probably for the best. Anyway, yeah, that was the plot of Mars Attacks. Ooh, actually, another question for you. Speaking of aliens, in all of the films that you have watched, what is your favorite iteration of a like Martian and or alien? Because like, let's just go down the gambit. We have Independence Day alien. We have the xenomorph. We have the alien. We have Signs. Mm-hmm. We have Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Mm-hmm. If you want to count that kind of blobby thing, I think in Contact. Arrival. those weird little things. Cloverfield's technically an alien. The day the Earth stood still. Oh, and War of the Worlds. Like, do you like the massive creature alien, or do you like the more person size-ish, even if it's like 7 feet tall?
What do I like seeing more, or what would I want to have show up on Earth?
Oh, no.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't want any of them to show up.
I think the Mars Attacks Martians are probably they're funny looking. They're supposed to be funny looking because it's a comedy movie. So I really enjoy that aspect of it. Like, man, there's nothing you can't go wrong with a classic xenomorph.
That's what I was leaning towards.
Yeah.
Anytime I think, like, because obviously the movie is called Alien, Aliens, whatever, but that is the painting that is based off of, and just the subsequent iterations of it. Oh man.
I'd like to give a special mention to the Predator.
Oh, that's a good call. I would have to say it's a toss-up between the two because, like, you have Alien, which is a very primitive creature. Like, the xenomorph is a very primitive creature. It's not speaking to you. It doesn't have, like, it's intelligent, but not, in the way that, like, the Predator is, where it's more, like, bipedal and conversational and literally on Earth or wherever it is to literally hunt. The xenomorph is just, I'm in a fucking spaceship and I'm going to kill you because you're a threat to me. Predator's like, no, I want to find you and hunt you. Ooh, an Alien versus Predator? Chef's kiss.
Are they making another one? I know they're making another Alien movie or another Alien adjacent movie.
I think they're doing a TV show too, an Alien TV show. Aren't they? Or is it a movie?
I'm not sure if it's a TV show or a movie. I know there's some new piece of media coming out. I know there's another Predator movie, like in the Prey line.
I hope so. Prey was so fucking good.
Yeah, but I don't know much more than that, other than that it exists. I think TV shows are where like concepts go to die. Like, have you watched Death and Other Things? I think that's what it is. It's basically Knives Out and Glass Onion in a TV show. So now you're taking a 2.5 hour twisty turny and making it 10 hours, and I didn't even finish the first episode because everyone's like, well, it takes a really long time to get into, and I'm like, no.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's ever been like a movie franchise that has spun off into like a TV show that has ever worked. Like I told you, I think recently I found out that there's, a Friday the 13th TV show. There's a Nightmare on Elm Street TV show. There's a new TV
Friday
show.
the 13th TV show coming out too.
Oh, again, see, I don't have my finger on the pulse right now. I'm literally just back in 1996.
Someone's busy.
Anyway.
But yeah, so the Friday the 13th TV show, real quick, is based on Pamela. So as far as everyone understands, the whole first season doesn't even have Jason. So people aren't happy.
Well, I mean, what are you going to do?
Right.
You gotta lay the groundwork, just like the first movie did. Now you have 8 episodes to do so, because nothing's more than 8 episodes anymore, which kind of agitates me. But I think 12 episodes is a sweet spot. Depends on the show and the length of the episode. If it's like an hour and a half episodes, 6, I'm good. But if we're like doing 40s, 37 minutes, give me 12. But the only time, like right now, controversial topic, I think it's 2026, the Harry Potter HBO Max TV show is going to premiere. I think it's 2026. It got delayed probably because of COVID and shit like that, but that is going to work. In theory, it should work amazingly as a TV show. Each season can be a book. They will have the time to tell that story way better than the movies did. And I love Harry Potter. Everybody who knows me knows I love Harry Potter. Joe Rowling's a fucking trash human being, but that doesn't mean that my childhood gets washed away in my enjoyment of a story. But the movies after like the 5th one kind of fall short for me because there's so much shit they leave out. I mean, they leave out shit in the first, all of them, all 8 of them, that's like really significant to the story. And I'm very, very eager and excited to see it play out on the screen because people are going to be like, oh my God, they added this. No, read the fucking book. But I'm going to walk.
Calm down.
I'm going to get off
Calm down.
I'm calm. Anyway, monster minutiaes. So, some fun facts about the movie that we just discussed. To make the Martian Girl costume as smooth as possible, it had no zippers or buttons on it. Lisa Marie had to be sewn into it every day before her scenes. Jack Nicholson's, which, by the way, I don't even think we mentioned, Jack Nicholson plays 2 roles in this movie.
Fuck yeah, he does. 2 great roles.
Amazing. Absolutely. That man is so strange to me and so fascinating because he's probably a huge dirtbag just in general. But a couple of things that fascinate me about him. He was with Angelica Houston for years. And Angelica Houston in like the 70s to 90s, whew, what a fucking babe. Morticia Addams, now she did not age well, but mind you, the woman is almost 80 years old. You know, she's almost 80 years old. But like, she was just gorgeous. And that man fucking cheated on her left, right, and center. And she wanted to get married and, you know, settle down. He didn't. And obviously, most likely the next person that he was with, he married and had kids with, which sucks. Right before she filmed Addams Family, she broke up with him. So she fucking broke up with him and then was just like, bam, Morticia Addams. And she was a fucking icon of the 90s.
I mean, let's not forget that Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce, so no matter how hot you are, someone's sick of your shit.
Hey, her sister beat the shit out of that man in that elevator. I saw that video.
That's true. That's true.
But yeah, I just don't get it. Another weird fact. Have you ever seen The Departed?
It's been a long time, but yeah.
There's a scene in that movie where Jack Nicholson and Leonardo DiCaprio are having a conversation. And apparently he's having this conversation about he smells a rat in his, because, you know, Jack Nicholson's a mob boss and all that stuff. And he's talking to Leo about there's a rat. And he's like, I can smell a rat. And Leo's the fucking rat. So he's like sweating a little bit. And there's a scene where he drops a gun on the floor. That was actually Jack Nicholson's gun. And Leo is visibly uncomfortable because he's pointing it at Leo and pointing it at himself and, like, you know, just using it as a live prop. And then he walks away and sneaks up on Leonardo DiCaprio again in the scene. This is all in the movie, and like kind of like jump scares him while Leo is having a conversation with another character. Like, Jack Nicholson is a fucking wild dude. And then there's those infamous pictures of him in like the fucking Caribbean eating a hoagie, looking a hot mess. But that man has probably fucking snorted coke off of the asses of many hookers and eaten many a hoagie shirtless. It's just, when you're Jack Nicholson. I mean, he fucking hit on Jennifer Lawrence in front of the entire world. Because he's like, oh, you remind me of an old girlfriend. And she was like, oh, like just joking back with him. Do I remind you of a new girlfriend? He's like, I thought about it, and walks away. Like, Jack Nicholson can only get away with that.
Wow.
Yeah. I have a lot of facts about Jackie Boy. Speaking of which, he accepted his role in this film without even reading the script, since he had enjoyed working with Tim Burton on the film Batman and wanted to work with him again. The film's writers were not sure what the Martians should sound like, so its script used ack, ack, ack for all of their lines of dialogue. This became their actual language in all future Mars Attacks merchandise and media. When the humans were disintegrated by the Martian ray guns, the resulting skeletons were colored either red or green. Tim Burton explained that this had been done because the film had been scheduled for a Christmas release. Also, the red and green skeletons were first seen in the film Beetlejuice when Barbara and Adam were in Juno's office. You can see them with the other ghouls. I don't know why I always do that. When I read the word ghouls out loud, I say gals. I don't know why. It's a weird thing. The design of the Martian spaceships in the film were inspired by the film Earth versus the Flying Saucers from 1956. Tim Burton was told repeatedly that he could not kill Jack Nicholson's character in the film. This led to his decision to cast Nicholson in 2 roles in this film, and then he killed them both, just to spite everyone. Amazing.
That's some pimp shit.
Yeah, like, how dare you tell the director of a film you cannot do something? You just stay right there.
Yeah, it's a weird one.
Yeah. The music used to kill the Martians at the end of the film is that of, oh yeah, we already knew this, in Indian Love Call. Yeah, that's really much it. There wasn't that many facts, but enough that it was enjoyable. I enjoyed that one about Fucking Tim Burton being a spiteful bitch. But yeah, so that's your monster minutiae for this film. Now we go on to Yay, Nay, or Slay. Obviously, it's a yay for me. I have not watched this movie since the 90s, and I'm super glad I did. I will watch it again in a heartbeat. It was enjoyable. It was funny. It still works today. Like, it's not aged.
I thought you were going to say it fucks.
Oh, it does fuck. We'll get to that segment. Don't you worry.
Oh, yeah. I'm not worried about it. But...
I have notes. But yeah, definitely yay.
Yeah, I'll double yay. I loved it the first time I saw it. I still love it. It's kind of a movie that I forget exists, not in a bad way. But when you think about it, it's never a bad time to rewatch it. And like I said, it's an easy watch. It's a quick moving one too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Very, very enjoyable. So the last segment, the brand new segment of Monster Madness that has gotten quite a lot of joy from me and Matt. I have changed it since we have gone beyond cleaning products.
I do have an update on a cleaning product though.
Okay, I want it.
Let's say the toilet water things, they fuck. Like I haven't had to clean my toilets since I cleaned the toilets, I put them in there, and they have stayed clean since, and it's probably been a month.
Okay, so this is a segment, it's called Is It Fuckable? What are you talking about? I was talking about the wand things.
So the first Does It Fuck was the Power Wash, Dawn Power Wash. So I have the wand, and then I wanted something because we have hard water to go in the toilet tank to keep it. So I found something and I put them in there. They fucked.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Nice. Yep. I have a story about toilets in a second that I'll end the show with. There was a situation. So for my portion of Is It Fuckable? These are like two really random things, but I didn't have a cleaning product. Nothing like huge happened where like I needed something different to kind of like spice up my life. But my girlfriend made a 3-cheese mac and cheese. It fucked. It also hurt the shit out of me, but it totally fucked. I think there was some sort of fancy white cheddar. There was New York extra sharp cheddar, and then there was Gouda in it. And the Gouda was smoked, so it kind of had like this bacony flavor to it. And then she put breadcrumbs on it and baked it in the oven. It was great. Wrecked me, but it was great.
You sent me a picture and I took a shit.
Oh, so good. So good, though. And my last... Okay, before my last fuckable item, you go yours, because I'll end the show on my story with my last fuckable item.
Fair enough. So I have 2 fuckable items because you're bringing 2. Let me rephrase that. I have 2 items for Is It Fuckable? The first one, we'll go with the positive, is the Buffalo Cheetos. Very fuckable. Nice spice.
Ooh.
Cheeto through and through, cheese flavored. They fuck. Now, the item that does not fuck, so I'm very big into these new Coke flavors that are coming out. And they always make a 0 sugar, which is awesome because I'm 0 sugar through and through. We can get into that some other time. But I earlier today got the spiced Coke Zero. The motherfucker smells like bubblegum, tastes like bubblegum. It does not fuck. I tried drinking the whole thing because it was like a $3 20-ounce bottle of soda. Yeah. I couldn't get through it. Even Alyssa was like, thought it didn't smell great. And then I Googled it, and it's supposed to be cranberry and spice is the flavor.
Ugh.
So you can fucking cranberry spice your butthole, Coke.
Your description of it is like turning my stomach because I don't like bubblegum. So, ugh.
Well, and that, like at first sniff, I was like, oh, it's kind of a cranberry, but it does very much have like that weird bubblegum to it. So I'm glad I just didn't get a 12-pack and I only got 1 bottle.
There you go. So my last fuckable item, it's kind of like a 2-parter. So it comes with a story.
Oh boy.
I will tell you. Do you want to know the 2 items first, or do you want to know the story first? Because I told you partially the story, but I'm telling the audience the story.
It's entirely up to you. Whichever brings you more joy, you do.
The 2 items that are fuckable are a toilet auger and Clorox bleach spray. So, trigger warning for anybody who gets a little squeamish. This next story has to deal with a lot of poop. So I'll make it quick. I have 2 daughters, both potty trained, both shit like Clydesdales. It's just insane. My oldest, before school last week, must have shoved down not only the largest shit of her life, but about 750 pieces of toilet paper down the toilet because she flushed it once, didn't go down. Now, not knowing or ever experiencing a clogged toilet, she just flushed again in her little 7-year-old panic. And she was like, Mom. And I go in and I'm like, don't touch it. It's okay. I'll figure it out. She went off to school. I go to do plungy plunge.
You need a poop knife.
Stop it. Plungy plunge does not work. We are dangerously high water. I'm straight panicking. I just want to iterate that I plunged so much that day that my arms were sore for 2 days. I'm not a overly athletic person, but I'm also not. Like, I do stuff. Like, I work out all the time. I was sore. I plunged for probably about 2 hours because I was like, I'm not calling a plumber. I was like, I'm not calling a fucking plumber. I was like, I'm going to figure this out. So then I figured out that there's a thing called a toilet auger. The only auger I have ever heard of was for something outdoors to fucking dig a hole. I purchased said auger and Clorox spray because I knew that this was going to be the worst thing of my life. I'm going to leave out some other disgusting details that I just don't want to get into. I get this auger. I read the instructions. I think what the quote I said to you was, I put the auger in the toilet and I fucked the shit out of the pipe as hard as I could. And then whoosh, it was, here's the thing. I'm not like an overly praying person, but I was praying that day. I was saying out loud, please, Jesus.
Why didn't you try like any of the like ultra strength liquid plumber shit?
Because they tell you not to do that. Matt, okay, now we're going to get into the details. I literally had to empty the bowl to even do all the things I need to. I did the science experiment, which I'm getting nauseous just remembering it, of vinegar and baking soda, which deteriorates matter naturally. You let it sit in there. And I did that multiple times. I did the hot water trick. Nothing was working. The hot water trick got air moving. So I was like, okay, something's working. But this was just beyond shit. She must have put so much toilet paper in this toilet. But the auger, it fucked.
Well, yeah, because it fucking straight up just tears through it.
Oh, yeah. Literally and figuratively. And then I bleached the shit out of my life. I showered 3 times that day because this is literally my worst experience I've ever had regarding a toilet. So here's the thing, people. Plungers are great, but do yourself a favor. Spend $15 and buy a fucking auger from Lowe's or Home Depot and never look back.
I have one that actually attaches. So it's like a big reel. So before I replaced the toilets, they just got clogged all the time. And it wasn't really of anything either one of us did. But so I bought one that fucking winds out. And at the end, you hook it up to an electric drill. So you can fucking just really crank at it. Yeah.
That is intense. I never want to have to experience what I experienced again. Like, as a mom, I have seen everything. I have dealt with every bodily fluid. That almost sent me.
Yeah, it's a certain level of shit, no pun intended, that no one wants to deal with.
I contemplate, because I was going to call my dad, and it's very rare that I have a crisis where I'm like, Dad, you need to leave work. But I was thinking about it because I was like, what am I supposed to do? Which it's called a plumber, but I didn't want to have to do that.
Did I ever tell you the story? So we called an emergency plumber one time. And this is years, we were in our first house, and in the basement there was egress windows, and we had gotten a shit ton of rain like around this time of year. So normally the ground's like frozen, so if it rains a bunch, it just, everything floods. So we go in the basement and there's just water pouring in through the window. And we're like, what the fuck? So we go outside and like, I'm bailing water out. And this is when she still talked to her parents. So her dad came over and was like helping. So finally we're like, call a fucking plumber, because like we can't get this water to stop and it's just pouring in our basement. So plumber comes over and it's like a Sunday night, and we had this board that sat on the ground, and when you open it up, there's just a fucking hole in the floor. And he picks up the board, he goes, did you plunge that? I'm like, no, why the fuck would I plunge it? So he walks out, grabs the plunger, goes, and then you just hear the water like so he plunged it, and then you could see the water coming in through the hole, like the side of the hole, and then drain out. And then it stopped coming in the house. So it was like whatever fucking weird ancient system they had set up where water would come in through the foundation and like into this hole. And then, yeah, it was fucking wild. But yeah.
That is weird. That is like such a weird, like niche thing to know. Like, oh, you just got plunged this
Well,
weird
if you're a
little fucking
plumber and
hole.
you do that shit all the time, but like, what the fuck would I know?
Yeah.
I know it's not a poop story like yours, but.
Oh, no, trust me. I never want to have a poop story like that again because I contemplated walking into the forest and never coming back because that was just horrifying.
I know how to get rid of you.
Yeah.
I'm going to come over and be like, can I take a shit real quick? I just ate some Costco soup. I need to borrow your bathroom.
I would like get the fuck out. I would like go in the backyard.
There was nothing.
Go shit in the pond. Oh yeah, you could say that. That does not fuck the Costco shrimp.
No, it was not
it was.
very good, and it destroyed my insides. Like bad. And we left to take Barb swimming, and I was like, had we left 5 minutes later, I could have done this at home. And then I told you the follow-up where I had to poop somewhere else in public, and I just reach and there's no toilet paper. So I had to fucking waddle.
That's like the worst.
There was paper towel, but like it was like it was like the other side of the room.
Wait.
What?
You left that bit out.
Oh.
You
Yeah, it was like a giant bathroom. Well, what was I gonna do? How was I gonna get the fucking paper towel without walking over there? I didn't pull my pants up.
Well, I'm grateful for that, and I'm sure your wife is too. But was it one of those bathrooms where it's just like just like one toilet and like a room, or is it multiple?
No, it was just a toilet and a urinal in like a standalone bathroom.
Okay.
Dude, if it, oh no, that would no, that would have been a whole different fucking ball of wax. If it was like an actual traditional bathroom and I had to walk out of the stall to get paper towel.
You're like waddling and just like elbowing each fucking stall. Like, God, there's no toilet paper.
I probably
That's
would
horrifying.
have in some fat, because I was just wearing like bro shorts because we took Barf swimming, so it's like 90 degrees in there. So I probably would have fashioned some sort of like just pulling my shorts up so that I was covered without touching fabric. But also, this was a less violent round. I just knew like if I could just go to the bathroom and be done with this, as opposed to the fucking first one, the knee shaker, as you will. Sausage thrower is another term that comes up.
Here's the thing. Knee shaker is so specific because everybody has experienced one where it's just like you feel it radiating down into your kneecaps.
Yeah, not everyone's had to throw a sausage to get to the bathroom.
Anyway, that's enough poop. I can't. I still walk into the bathroom downstairs and I'm just like, ugh.
It's fucking, oh, what horrors these walls have seen.
You have no fucking clue. It was a rough day. I've never dry heaved without throwing up so much. Either which way, yeah, augers, they fuck. But on that note, that is going to do it for this episode of Monster Madness. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Next time, we are going to be talking about the 2000 film, one of the most popular parody films of all time, Scary Movie. So that should be interesting. Haven't seen this since probably about 2003, so 21 years.
I've rewatched all of these in like the past year, so.
Yeah, well, some of us have a life. But yeah, thank you so much for listening. Oh, sad panda.
That hurt.
Oh, we love you, Matt. I love you very much. You're my best friend.
You just fucking talk shit all the time. It's fine. I get it. I know how it is.
To your face, though. To your face. Never behind your back.
No, that's true. And I do the same thing to you. It's fine.
We appreciate you. We love you. And, bye.
Dare what she said.
Did you see that?
We should hit these assholes with everything we got, sir.
Sir, Mr. President, I know this seems terrible, but let's not be too rash.
We should nuke them now, sir.
We must establish a line of communication first.
Why not set up a town hall? We can get the public's opinion.
What do you think, Marcia?
Kick the crap out of them.
Ladies and gentlemen, this could be a cultural misunderstanding.
Yeah, maybe to them doves mean war.
We all saw how they reacted to that dove. Frightening.
He did say that we come in peace.